Hey everybody, impromptu. This is not my usual schedule. I happen to be walking around and just decided to hop in here and do this. I've got the documentary advertised in the front windows over here, and one of them, the image had gone off, and the other one was still running, to where it's just a still image with the advertisement, the poster, and then a little snapshot that I had from my phone about the Austin Chronicle covering the documentary, and a QR code, and telling people the location as well if they wanted to look it up. Um, I've got like a maroon background to it, so it'll pop a little bit. But yeah, that's up in the front windows. Speaking of this place, Matty Allen said that he didn't have time to stop by here on his way out of town, Austin. He was basically driving right past me. He probably went from Austin to Dallas. So maybe he'll peer in the window next time. Space Case came by like 2 months ago, I think, and poked his head in the window. It was family time for him, so he went to the pizzeria down the street that's well known, like one of our top rated restaurants in the area. So a few people have made it down here besides the Hex Texas meetups that I throw every once in a while. So welcome, welcome. We're deep in the bear right now. What did I name this one? Bear Plays Piano. Can you imagine? Oh goodness. So it's really hurting for a lot of people, and I'm kind of like amused by it, I guess. I'm sitting here looking at my own stuff. Trap Cavity's calling me right now. Hey, I'm on a live stream right now, and I'm in front of the camera. Would you like the invite? Okay. All right. Well, you want to go on speakerphone? Would you like to go on speakerphone right now? The title of this one is Bear Plays Piano. Nope. I was calling you to see if you wanted to come do the live stream. It's going to be a short bit. Okay. Talk to you soon. Later. All right. Thanks for dealing with that. I didn't really know how to deal with that. So we're here in the bear, and it's really showing within the community, and it's really funny, like the Pulse Chain community borderlines and the Hex community borderlines. So much smaller inside the Pulse Chain. And it's interesting to see, like, after Hex had so much success and Pulse Chain was being worked on, it was really interesting to see all the people that kind of turned on Richard and started talking shit. And if you see somebody day after day after day, you're able to eventually see these outliers that happen where, like, they're drunk or high or something like that, and they come into Twitter Spaces and start talking. I know that most of you guys aren't on Twitter, and so I was just thinking before I went live, like, how much I appreciate you guys on YouTube, and how I want to relay to you my thoughts and my actions to gain your support, and to have it to where, like, more people are looking out for the things that I'm trying to create, where I'm trying to take Hexaco right, into the future. So, as you know, I'm a part of the Hex Postcards group, and I've been brainstorming inside of that group for a while, and basically, like we work together when there's an objective, but objective when there's a project, we work together. But often, I'm presenting things that are unique to the group. So I like to get with the printer, who is Philip Banks. I like to get with him and run off custom prints of things and send them out to folks. And lately, my idea, in order to captivate people's attention with some sort of media, my idea has been door hangers. And somebody who's been interested in being the face of a giveaway or competition or sweepstakes sort of thing has been Fashion Coder. She's been entertaining the idea of being on door hangers that I could send to everybody. So yesterday night or over the evening, I came up with a design, the first rendition of these door hangers, and I put it in the postcards group. So, and I also sent it to Fashion Coder. So the first draft is done, and we'll start massaging that and seeing how we can go forward with the ideas. A few people chimed in. I haven't yet read those messages. That's probably the only thing I haven't caught. Well, that and the Hex Guild group stuff I haven't caught up on. But something that's really cool that's come out is Pascal, our photographer, and he's like at hex.photos. That's a website, hex.photos. He was over at the PLS conference that Maddie just put on, and he released on that website photographs, and they're pretty stellar. If you would like to see a bunch of us gathering in Austin, like for lunch, dinner, in the conference room, at the showing of the movie, and after the movie. Like I said the other night, we had a big long table of about 33 hexagons. It was really awesome. And so I wanted to highlight the door hangers. And I also want to tell you about a project that has just come into the brain today. And a few of us have been talking about this for a while. It's a reality show with hexagons. So imagine all these, a few of these hexagons that are socially unique, let's say. Wouldn't it be cool if we had like a real world Hexaco? So maybe calling it Hex House and putting the storyline and everything maybe like 8 weeks later on social media, maybe on like little clips on Twitter, and then quite a bit on YouTube, and make it a series. So maybe there's like an 8-week delay of these folks like living in a house in Texas, maybe, right? So we could organize this inside the Hex Texas Telegram group. I state that in the banner down below. And it would basically be like free room. I don't know about free food. We'll definitely be taking imagery of a lot of the stuff, and then we'll probably have to export the need for editing and story compiling. I can imagine myself witnessing and writing up reports, right? So that they could then become a part of the storyline. I can imagine myself being a part of the camera crew in documenting some of this stuff. Per usual for me, I don't think that I would be one of the stars or the people that the cameras would be pointed on. I just don't think that my personality is bubbly enough to for people to watch. But hey, maybe my character could be that sort of person. But I do see myself as maybe being on site, but definitely a person in the background who needs to help organize this. So the way that we arrived, well, I'm proposing this idea right now within the last few hours. And the reason why is because it may have been during one of the last live streams where Moondog came on here, and in the comments, whenever I was talking about the Fashion Coder giveaway with door hangers to notify people, maybe that giveaway would be around Thanksgiving time period. So it kind of like gives us a time period to shoot for. And then maybe it would work out in people's lives to where they would be around their families and talk quite a bit about this. We get a lot of crypto exposure because that's what helped out the Bitcoin 20K back in the day. I remember it very well. 2017. Bitcoin 20K, it happened in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So Moondog came on here and said, like, hey, I might be able to give away a house. Are you kidding me? A freaking house? I didn't know what that meant in the comments, but he's literally saying that he and his real estate buddies, they have so many properties, and some of them aren't utilized, that it would do them good to give one of them away and get the tax benefits or some sort of benefits. I'm not quite sure. So, hey, that sounds cool. Who needs to inherit this property? I don't know, but I propose the question of like, hey, instead of you giving away the property during this Hex giveaway thing to expose crypto to people, instead, like, maybe we could turn this into the first reality show for Hex. And quite possibly the guys who are already camera crews would be interested in doing that sort of thing, being a part of it. And quite possibly the guys who have already directed the movie or did the editing for the movie that's out in theaters now, quite possibly they'd want to be a part of this. Quite possibly there would be some Hex OGs who, once it is that we have the guidelines set out and we start moving towards that goal, quite possibly there will be some Hex OGs who will help financially back this, because usually that's what happens. Usually once people see other people doing things, they will be interested in being a part of what's going on. I hope that I've been able to convince people that I'm unwavering, I'm stable, and that I can be trusted with finances. I haven't asked anybody for finances. In the past, I have asked people, like, I've told them that I'm throwing a meetup, and if they would like to get their brand exposure, you can send me free things and I'll do a giveaway here at the meetup. And so we did that with Suzanne Arts. I remember she sent me 2 of these sequin shirts. They're very, very pretty, very awesome. Hex Side Effects has one of them, and King Daniel has another one. Facing Reality sent me some crepes in a hexagonal box with the Hex logo on top of it, and those were pretty cool. So that I could give them out at meetups and around town. Marcus from Wisconsin sent me shirts, and Matt the Phoenix from Dallas sent me shirts as well. So he showed up with a huge bag of shirts, and basically all but like 3 of those were given out during the meetups here. And then it just so happens that I took them down to Austin this last weekend, and all 3 of them were gobbled up immediately. So just plain Hex shirts are in high demand. If anybody wants to create those, I need to take these earbuds out. The way that the earphones collapse on your ear whenever you have these guys in is not good, or it hurts, let's say. By the way, guys, if you have the Bluetooth ones, they communicate to each other through your head, and it's not wise to have those. They will make your head inflame. They'll inflame your cheek. I always, like, whenever I see girls with their cell phones in their back pockets during work or whatever, I always try to say something like, hey, I don't think it's very smart for you to do that. It's your own thing, but it's kind of close to your reproductive system. And then the same thing whenever I see people in a coffee shop, whenever they're not busy, I might mention the Bluetooth through the face. Like, I hope everyone's able to notice, like, if their face hurts right here below their cheekbone, a little back area where the jaw meets the cheekbone, because that's where it hurt for me. So back to the Hex house. Please help me brainstorm, everyone. Please leave a like, a sub, a comment on that comment. Please let me know what you think about Hex House, the reality TV show of Hexicans. And so, like, people would have to be inside of the Hex community for at least a year, right? And I would actually want them to be like diehard Hexicans. I don't think that I would want somebody like Windy O to be there. Windy O is an example of somebody who's like a crypto person who has their own following, who is like transient amongst the projects, but was able to be one of those people who were like sponsored to be a host for the Highest of Stakes documentary at her local city. So if you look at the people who were chosen to be hosts at the documentary, it's pretty interesting. It's almost like it's a crypto outreach. So, not necessarily are these people Hexicans, or do they call themselves Hexicans, but like, is the movie didn't mention much about Bitcoin, I don't think, and nor did it mention much about Ethereum. It definitely didn't mention Roger Ver or Buterin. So if you haven't seen the movie, it is worth seeing. It is most definitely worth seeing. I'm trying to figure out what I could do if I bought the box set for $550 or whatever the cost of it is. It's in the 500 range. What could I do with it, and how fast would I be able to get it in my hands? I don't think they even have given them out to anybody yet. Supposedly there was some sort of a lottery that happened for everybody who was at the conference, everybody who got a ticket, because it was assigned seating. See, it's really interesting. If you look at the pictures that the photographer Pascal put on hex.photos, you'll see like a few people that are like grouped together. And then you'll see people who are like spaced out as if we're practicing COVID, spatial, whatever. So like my seat, I was all alone in the back corner. I was the second to last seat in the back corner, a good 6 feet away from some people I didn't even know. I just, why was I placed right there? I don't know. Who decided this stuff? I don't know. But it was pre-decided, assigned seating. They knew who I was. It wasn't just random person here, random person there. So, I don't know. Thinking about that live, I got man brain. Nothing's going through. But I want y'all to help me and others. But I know that if we go forward with this thing, I would probably be an organizer, probably be a leader in this idea of Hex House reality show in Texas, most likely. Moondog, I'm putting you on the spot. Where do you own property? And are we able to maybe trade that property for a different property? Like if you say that, hey, I've only got these properties that to select from, could we somehow do some sort of a trade for a property that's in a better spot for this reality show? I can imagine them just talking about crypto all the time, and the few people who need to have outside jobs, maybe they have those outside jobs. But we want drama. We want people to eat around the same table. We want people to come together at least 4 times a day, sort of thing. We want people to bring their large bags and their small bags. We want people to bring their fucked up family into this, have it to where there's a little call box area where we can hear their family situations of, I don't know. And maybe we're okay with pets. That might be a weird situation. It could be a dangerous situation. It could be a complex situation if we're trying to get a lot of pets to get along with each other. Yeah, you guys, whatever comes to mind, please put it in the comments. For those who get the rerun crew. And the last thing that's on my mind, another project, is the chess tournament. So we could have a Hex sponsored chess tournament. Like we could have a chess tournament that's called Hex Chess. Grand prize is this. Or possibly we could give some money over to a Hex tournament that already exists. And I haven't done any work to get in touch with people inside the Hex or inside the chess community. But I think our most outspoken chess player in Hex is UFO, the guy who's a German who lives off the coast of Spain and Portugal. Whatever isles those are, Canary, I believe. So I don't know if I can put more of a fire under his ass to help out with this. So I'm pretty sure that he would just be sort of this non-active advisor. See, the reason why we want to go direct our Hex advertisement towards chess people is because chess people are people that act alone and think a lot. So they could think about a path of sovereignty for themselves inside of crypto. And they also play a game that is dependent upon only their brain and only their actions. And that is unique. It's unique to find a person in a game where they act alone, like track, sailing, chess. Those are the only three that I can think of right now on live stream. But it identifies that there's a quality inside of that person. And so that's all that's on my mind. So guys, this has been a surprise stream. I hope you're staying cool, because here in Texas, we're experiencing a drought, and it's pathetic. And here we are in the bottom of the bear, and the bear is bringing out the true colors in people, and it's really interesting. And I'm just going to continue to watch people and see who they are in their darkest of days. I've got no problem with where my financial positions are inside of crypto, and it is Richard Heart tickers. And thank you, Richard Heart. And no, that's not an advertisement. Thank you, Richard Heart. And thank you so much, Hexicans. It's been a blast being your friend. I'm an admin in several groups, and it has been a lot of fun in there. And we're building relationships that are going to last a lifetime. So thank you very much. See you guys later. Again, please put comments. I want to hear what it is that you have to say. And I value everybody here on Twitter or on YouTube, because it is different than the people who are on Twitter or on Telegram. You know what I mean? It's a different reach. See you guys later.